Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed your 4th of July holiday weekend. And a lot of folks they didn't celebrate yesterday, the 5th, for the 4th. So we had Cowboy Church last night. Appreciate everybody that come out to that. Had a good wrapped up the Bible study in 1 John. So next Monday night, we'll be in our study of the Liberty Matrix. So if you're in the area, come out. It's going to be a very good study. I think I know a lot about American history. That was my favorite subject to study, and always liked history, American history, so to speak. And we're going to be doing that. So church Wednesday night, tomorrow night. Our kids will be in here at 6. Our junior high and senior high youth at 7, and adults will be in here at 7 for our adult Bible study. So we'll be back in the church. Don't come early. You'll have to sit in your car.
Don't come till 7.
Kids out here. Yeah, so come at
7:05.
Yeah, 7:05 would be better, and we'll get started. We'll have them out of here by then, and them on the buses and headed back home. Well, anyways, thanks for tuning in. Please share this with your friends. We're going to talk about helping out people and giving of your time, talents, and money and this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Lord willing, each day we'll be covering that. And today we're going to start in Matthew 25. Actually, Kelly found this. We was talking about before we come over in the office and looked at it, and it goes right with some of the other stuff that I found. So we're going to start in Matthew 25, verse 31, today. And the heading in my Bible, this is the final judgment. It says, "But when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit upon his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered in his presence, and he will separate the people as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He'll place the sheep at his right hand and the goats at his left hand." Now, he's not physically talking about physical goats and sheep. My grandfather thought that, and he was mad because he liked goats better than sheep, and by God, that wasn't fair. Why would God, he created them both? Never could get through his thick skull that he was talking in a spiritual sense here.
Right.
About as if you had sheep and goats, he's going to send the goats one way and sheep the other way. You put like kinds like kind. So anyhow, just a little rabbit trail there, so I'll never forget that. He's always griping about this scripture about sheep and goats. And it says, "Then the king will say to those on his right, the sheep, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me into your home. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me.' Then the righteous ones will reply, 'Lord, when did we ever see you hungry and feed you, thirsty, give you something to drink, stranger, show you hospitality, naked, give you clothing? When did we ever see you sick or in prison and visit you?'" They was thinking of Jesus himself, that they did it directly to Jesus. "And the king will say, 'I tell you the truth, when you did it to one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you were doing it to me.'"
That's right.
And that's the thing that we don't realize.
Right.
That is, a lot of times we don't want to help somebody unless we can get recognition for it, or they can pay us back or give back or whatever like that. And I know that when we help people, and again, it's not just giving them a hand out, but it's a hand up. And the Bible very teaches, very clear, if you don't work, then you don't eat. But it also says, and one of the things, and Kelly and I was talking about this a little while ago, that where it's such, it's really getting at a crisis level in our country about people helping each other.
It is.
That want something, being worried about being sued, or the what they call it, pandemic we just come through, about staying 6 foot apart.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're 6 foot
No,
apart.
we're not close to 6 foot apart.
Yeah, and all the social, and I'm not saying those were bad guys. I'm not
No,
saying that
no,
at the situation we're in.
We have to react to the situation that we're in.
Right, when we're in big crowds and all that stuff like that. But in our day-to-day life, with our family members or neighbors that live actually next door to us physically or down the street, our community, in that, and then people we don't know, because it said strangers. There may be somebody come along. I know here a while back, there was a man laid out asleep there in the driveway just right down here from the church and stuff, and then me and Billy come over here and talked to him or whatever, and he was thirsty, and Billy had a bottle of water, and he gave him a bottle of water, and he was walking over to the lake, and we asked him, "No, I like to walk and whatever." And so he went on. Well, then Chris said, "Well, maybe he needs a sandwich." So she built him a sandwich from her shop, and Billy took it down there to him, and he was very thankful, gave him a bag of chips and stuff like that. So this is what this is talking about.
That's exactly what it's talking about.
In doing that. So, I know Kelly, that Kelly's one of the most helpful, caring I don't know what all the right words to say about, want to help people. And like when we done the food program, she lined all that out, knowing people was hungry. We've taken other food to people she knew in town and in Oilton and around and stuff like that. She's got a very big heart to do that. And I know that, but not everybody does.
No,
But what do you think some of the reasons that people don't do what this is?
Well, I think a lot of it is they're not going to get anything in return, so they don't want to help anybody because they're not going to get anything in return. Or that person may have hurt them in the past, and they can't let go of that hurt. When we look at somebody that really needs help and we're willing to walk away from us, I think that is one of the things that would make Jesus weep, because he wants us to help others without thought of whether we're going to get something in return or whether we don't have the money to really do that. If I know somebody's in need, I'm going to help them however possible.
Oh, I've seen you do it.
It's just, and so many times people will be like, well, if you do that for me, then what do I have to do for you? You don't have to do anything for me. I just want to be able to help people. And right now in our nation, that's the one thing that we need to do more than ever. We have so many people that are hurting that we're not even beginning to scratch the surface of people that are in need. And instead of thinking, oh, I don't want to do that because if I do that, then so-and-so is going to think this, or so-and-so is going to think that, or if I do that, then their brother's going to come and ask me to help them. And so what if their brother, if they're truly in need, we need to be helping people.
Right. And that, part of that, what you said, is the selfish spirit will keep us, and then an unforgiving spirit.
Yeah.
And when we just look at this and say, you know what, I'm doing this for Jesus. Jesus said, what you did to the least of these, you did to me. And there's always going to be poor. Jesus said, the poor you'll always have with you.
Yes.
We're going to look at, Lord willing, tomorrow at noon, or maybe a little bit before. I've got to speak at a deal tomorrow afternoon, so we may be on a little bit early at about 11 tomorrow, just because I got to get out of here. And when you see this, that these people was poor, it's a church that Paul brags up about and stuff like that. So it's not what we don't have; it's our willingness to give. It may just be going over and putting your arm around and saying, "Hey, hang in there. You can get through there. I'm here for you." Pat on the arm, or a hug around the neck, or whatever, or a phone call. Hey, how you doing? You may not have the means to go pay their electric bill or that, but that's fine. You still have the means to be kind and to be nice and to be gentle and to be those things. I know I've not always been that way. I had my inner circle. I've worked really, really hard the last few years about trying to be gentler, kinder, more patient, more listening. And that's hard for me because that's not in me. That's not who I am. But I need to change who I am and line myself up more to be like who he is in Christ Jesus. So that's the thing that we have to understand. What all's going on and what's up, and that Jesus really does care about the poor folks and what's happening and going on in that. So just remember that what we do, the least of these, we do to Jesus. So God bless y'all. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Again, kids being here tomorrow night. We appreciate all of our sponsors and everything that's going on. Adults being here. What else we got? The lock-in, when is that?
The lock-in is this Friday, and it's for junior high girls and high school girls. It's an all-girl lock-in. They have a lot of fun activities planned. So if you have a child and they want to participate with them, just contact the office or whatever. We've got to have a permission slip signed for each child that's going to be here, and they will be staying here and doing all kinds of fun things.
That's this Friday and
Friday and Saturday. Yeah, they'll go home Saturday morning.
That's going on. The Freedom Celebration has been moved to August 7th. We're having it here at the church. We've got we're going to have horseback rides around for the kids to do. If they want to ride, we'll lead them around. They can't ride them by themselves. We'll have somebody leading them around. Sheridan Bateman's going to be doing her trick riding stuff that she does. She was just at the Perkins Rodeo this weekend. She's done it for the kid before, does a fantastic job. She'll be here. We've got some bounce houses, everything that we had over there when we was in at the school. We'll have here the bounce houses, snow cones, free hot dogs, water. It's all free. Come out.
And a lot of people have questioned why we backed it up so far, and I just want to kind of address a little bit of that. We have to get permits, and we also have to fill in a spot where they don't already have a spot.
Yeah, the
because
fireworks
company, they were booked. We couldn't just say, okay, we're going to go ahead and do it on
July 4th. They've had fireworks in June all the way through August.
So we just had to fill in a spot. So we did have to back it up a ways, but we're still going to celebrate, and we're still going to enjoy our time. And yes, we've moved it to the church because it's just a better logistics.
Better,
in all
easier, and
honesty.
stuff. And like I said,
Just
with
better.
Olton School's been great to us.
Oh yes, they've been.
We appreciate
so
them and
kind
that.
to
To
us.
just be easier on our folks and things. And
Right.
we can do more stuff. We have the arena.
Yes.
We got more space and stuff out here that we can use and do. So next year, Lord willing, in 2022,
Yes, it'll be here.
it'll be that first Saturday before the 4th, like we've always had it.
Yeah.
So it'll be right before whatever that date is. So
And
bear
it'll
with
be
us.
here.
And it'll be here.
It'll be here from going
Yep.
forward.
It will be here. So we appreciate all our sponsors to help make that
thank
possible.
you so much.
Our brother Mark talked and visited with all them, so all that's good to go. We'll keep those on board and do it just like we did in here, and just we can add. We're going to have a little hayride thing around the property.
Yes.
A guy pulling it with the wagon, the kids can get on and drive them around and stuff. So again, we got a few more things we can do here. So come on out, and we'd love to have you all with us on August 7th. So again, Wednesday night, kids in here, little kids at 6, junior high, senior high youth at 7, then adult Bible study just a little bit after 7. So let all the adults know if you guys would share that around and pass that around. We'll be in here. I'll kick it off, but I probably won't be doing each Bible study. We'll see how that goes. I know Brother Gordon's going to do some. We've got other folks that'll do some. Because if we're short on the safety team,
step up.
I'll be over there helping, because that's our main focus on Wednesdays is our kids.
Yes.
That's the night we've set aside, so we've got that. Safety team members, don't forget, safety team training July 18th. Right after service, we've got some stop the bleed stuff going on, active shooter stuff going on, disruptive people, how to handle that, de-escalation technique, stuff like that, all going to be happening Sunday after the second service. So spread that around as well. If you're watching this, we'll be announcing it. Get on our website and stuff as well. So God bless y'all. Hope you're having a great Tuesday, and Lord willing, we'll be on here again. We're going to be early tomorrow. I've got need to be somewhere about 1 o'clock, 1:30. So I'm not sure on that, but somewhere in that time frame. So we'll come on probably about 11 o'clock tomorrow. So anyhow, yeah, Kelly's gonna go, so be going a little bit early. So God bless y'all. Have a great Tuesday. Remember, it's Christ over crisis, faith over fear.